Testing. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today on a working day evening. My name is Ankita Puri. I am the founder and director of Generation Alpha Education Services, and I welcome you all to this super interesting session, which is going to help each one of you on your MBA aspiration inquiries, and that too with one of very interesting university based in UAE, and we even call it as a German edge in UAE. It's a pleasure to welcome the Associate Director of the University of Europe for Applied Sciences. Join me to welcome Ms. Megha Mani. Hi, Megha. I welcome you to this interesting session with us today.
Thank you, Ankita. It's a pleasure to be here. Hi, everyone.
Great. We are still accepting more in, people sitting in the waiting room, and they're just moving in from the waiting room to the live audience. However, we have to be mindful of the time, and I take this moment to kick off from here, and I will ensure that while we are interacting, me and my team at the back end will keep continuing allowing the people to join in, and if there is any queries to the lovely audience which is out there to hear us today, please feel free to share your questions and queries which you may have. Once we open up the question answer session, all you would be required to do is to unmute yourself at that time and open up your video. We would love to see you when we are talking to you. And should you have a challenge of a video or an audio settings, we are even happy to take up your questions in the chat box. So with that note, I proceed. And Megha, a very, very important question. In most of the adverts, we have been noticing that there is a mention of, the University of Europe is the German edge in UAE. So help us to understand what this university is all about and its potential presence across UAE and the rest of the world. And while you speak, I'm gonna show some slides on the screen for the benefit of my listeners. Should that be okay, Megha? And I pass this question to you to tell us about more on this university whereabouts.
Absolutely. Yeah, very, very happy to share more about us. So as Ankita introduced, I'm Megha. I'm the Associate Director for the University of Europe for Applied Sciences. We are a state-accredited private university in Germany. We have campuses in 4 locations in Germany. Our main campus is located in the capital, Berlin, and we have a very beautiful campus in Hamburg, and 2 other campuses in Iserlohn and Potsdam. Potsdam is located just 45 minutes outside of Berlin. We've been around for 2 decades, and we have just started a brand new campus in Dubai World Trade Center.
Beautiful, interesting. And and the audience, if you have been, if you are aware with the geography of UAE, the locations when you hear like World Trade Center, you actually should attest to this posh location where this campus has come up with some beautiful swanky setup, and it's definitely a tonic to the eyes to visit this campus and have a tour. Megha, how about since some of our students or some of our viewers have joined us from outside UAE, some of them are there back in India as well, would you like to help them understand why Dubai can be one of their choices, if you can help them?
Absolutely. So as many of you would know, Dubai has been obviously very popular as a shopping destination, as a holiday destination. You might be surprised to know that it is becoming one of the most popular student destination in the world. Currently, it is the 4th popular student destination in the world. Students like to come here to study and also to work. And this is one of the cities which has the maximum international universities in the world. So by far, there is no other city in the world which has more than 40 institutions. So students have a very, very good network of other students from all over the world, and it's an amazing place to live and especially study, because as you know, UAE has more than 90% expat population, which means if you're studying in a class, you're literally going to be studying with people from 20 nationalities, and imagine what that does to your learning, to your sharing of ideas and brainstorming and all of that. So that's one of the main reasons. And of course, there are so many job opportunities in Dubai as well. And looking at all of this is why we decided to have a campus here and bring the excellence of the German education. Germany is known for its excellence, its precision, and combine that with the innovation that this city has to offer. So cutting edge programs, combining these two is something that the students can take advantage of.
Brilliant. I will attest to that information as well, because coming from the education consulting background for ourselves, we on an average get a lot of attention from potential aspirants, students category precisely, who want to opt for Dubai as their study destination, and especially from the neighboring regions. If there are Indian audience here, for example, it is just 3.5 hours flight, and at the same time, it's like home away from home for many who are from the Southeast Asian or the rest of the GCC world. So definitely, as Megha said, Dubai, which is the city of innovation, is actually one of the top study destinations for students. But it doesn't end here. Since I see a lot of participants are still joining in, Megha, it's actually the right time to talk about how does the accreditation and ranking positioning exist with the University of Europe, because there is a lot of information floating on internet which says that it's a state accredited university. But would you like to help us to understand what exactly the ranking structure looks like, and what is the state accreditation for the benefit of the viewers here?
Absolutely. But before I actually talk about us, I would like to talk about something which I believe a lot of people always have this question about: the free education that Germany offers. So there are actually two types of universities. There are public universities, and then there are private universities. Now, public universities, yes, they offer free education to students all over the world, but a lot of it is taught in German. So, which is why students find it challenging, because learning a language is one thing, but learning technology and these complex business theories in the language could be challenging, which is why a lot of students opt for private universities, where we offer all programs completely in English. And unlike many other countries, Germany does not have a central accreditation. Every state of Germany has their own education body that accredits university. So being head office in Berlin, we are from the Brandenburg state, and we have the Brandenburg Ministry accreditation, a very, very, rigid and very, very particular. They actually vet every professor that joins. They look at every student's application as well. So they want to make sure that the best quality of education is offered. They do inspection and review every quarter, which is every 4 times in a year. So they want to make sure that there is very, very good high quality. Germany is all about quality, so they make sure of that. So we definitely have that accreditation. In Dubai, we have the accreditation of KHTA, which is the body that monitors all the international campuses as well as international schools in Dubai. So we have these accreditations. So dual accreditation, students are getting the best of the both worlds if they study with UE. Also, we have quite a few rankings. We are in the top 10 German universities, private universities right now. We have been ranked in the top 10. In fact, we have been ranked as the best, and that award is yet to be announced next week. But yeah, so we are now in the best, right? We were in the top 10, but now we're in the number 1. And apart from that, we also are very well known for two things for the students' jobs. So most of our students get a job within the first 6 months. When I say most of our students, I mean almost 98% of the students. So this is something which we are known for. As far as business programs are concerned, we also are a part of AACSB, which is a quality assuring body to make sure the business programs is extremely relevant to the industry and always up to date.
Fantastic. I'm sure people who are aspiring an MBA degree, they will agree to me on the fact that asking for an MBA degree program is a well-learned decision, and shortlisting a university of your choice certainly depends on the global ranking of that university, because that in turn reflects the quality of education, the quality of the amount of exposure, and the, you know, where do you stand when you hold that degree document in your hand. And as very clearly established by Megha in her conversation here, in terms of the University of Europe banking the top position, yet to be announced though. So I congratulate the entire team, Megha of University of Europe, for this great achievement, I must say. Brilliant. I'm moving forward now. A very interesting question. It may be a bit of a rhetoric question, but then it is certainly important from an MBA aspirant's perspective, Megha. And let me put it very straight. There are many universities, some well-renowned universities are offering an MBA degree, and there are various formats of these MBA degrees. But I am very keen to learn from you in this conversation that how the offered MBA is far more promising and differentiating from the other options which our viewers might have in their minds, or are easily available. But certainly, yes, ranking is an important parameter. But would you like to help us learn a bit more about how this MBA gets differentiated?
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about that. In fact, I have done my MBA as well. It's been a couple of years, but I did my MBA when I was already a working professional, and I was at a career point where I thought that I'm not getting the kind of growth that I'm looking for. And that's when I did my MBA. It was ages ago, but I think the most important thing when somebody wants to do MBA is to be able to learn and to be able to improve their own learning and skill sets. And that is the most important thing, according to me. And of course, well-ranked universities prove that this is offered to them. As far as UE is concerned, something that I was very impressed with, especially I just made a trip to the campuses last 2 weeks. I was in Germany, and when I interacted with students, especially with professors, I was super impressed that 90% of the curriculum is practical learning. So the students actually engage in tailored coursework addressing modern industry demands. For example, we work with Tesla, and their R&D team, whatever they are working on, the self-driving techniques that is probably going to be released 5 years later, those are the kind of concepts that's introduced in the classroom. And I was very surprised, and I was like, okay, this is exactly what students need. They don't need to know what happened. They need to know what they can make happen. So this, I think, is one of the most I would say different, or which provides an edge to the student that we have to offer. And it's for all the courses like customer environment, leadership, innovation management, strategic vision. Everything is case studies, and students are going to work with industry professionals on live cases 90% of the time.
Wow, superb. I'm happy to hear that. And equally happy to show some of the live photos which have been taken recently. To the audience who is listening to me right now, what you see on the screen is actually the photos of the campus, a swanky campus which has come up with all modern state-of-the-art infrastructure. And it makes you, it gives you a feeling of a different style of, a modern style of working and studying at the same time, while exploring our innovative ideas to come through. And I must say, Megha, this is a great infrastructure which has come up. I personally visited this premises, so I'm greatly impressed indeed. Megha, I know for a fact when we were receiving registrations for this information session, some of the interested candidates are working professionals. They want to go for an MBA degree to upgrade their profile and look for higher career growth. While some are in their final years or have just completed their graduation and are looking for a master's degree. So a very important question which came up in one of those discussions: can a student work while studying? If you can help a bit more on this. And those who are working professionals, how can they manage their studies if they enroll with the University of Europe?
Absolutely. So, of course, in our German campuses, the courses are offered full time because, as a student in most countries in the West, students are not allowed to work full time. But that's where Dubai has its own edge and magic, right? So, students here can actually work full time and study as well. Employers are pretty flexible. Most universities, including us, we offer the classes evenings and weekends, so that students can actually take up a full-time job and study as well. So that's a very, very big advantage, I believe, for students, because I know that when you're a working professional, you don't want to completely take a year off or a year and a half off and then be, just studying. That kind of, you want to still take care of your expenses. So that's absolutely possible in UAE and in Dubai.
Brilliant. I mentioned in one of our conversations, we did discuss about something very interesting called AHK. Would you like to share some insight on this membership as well?
Absolutely. So AHK is the German Emirati Council of the UAE, which means most of the German companies, as you can see some of the logos there, they all are, in fact, they're all based in the same building where we are located, as well as they are members of the Emirati German Joint Council, and we are members of them as well, which means we work very closely with these industry partners for many aspects, for internships and jobs for our students, for career talks, industry, academia, activities, and students have the opportunity to interact with them day in and day out. They're literally just in the same premises. So this gives, again, as I mentioned earlier, our main key priority is to make sure that students are very industry relevant, and we have the same thing in the German campuses. And yeah, this is what we bring for the students in Dubai as well.
Beautiful. So if you're a working professional there, this slide might entice you, because if you have an intention of going for an MBA, it is very apparent that you are looking for a very recognized growth in your career, and which should act as a catalyst to reach heights. So if that is the case, and I'm sure you have your queries ready with you, I'm quickly moving on to the slides wherein Megha can help us understand a bit about how these campuses across different locations are connected, something called campus transfers. Megha, if we can take up this topic, and then we'll move on to the eligibility.
Absolutely. So something very unique again that we are offering students is to start in Dubai and finish in Germany. Now, this is a very good opportunity because obviously there are a lot of students who are looking to move or to migrate to Germany, but that sometimes takes a long time and all of that. Here, students can study 1 year in Dubai and then do their remaining studies in Germany. Now, the moment a student does at least 6 months of studies in any of our German campuses, they are eligible for an 18-month job visa or a post-study visa. And like I mentioned, we will get your job before that, way before that. And you will immediately move on to a work visa where you can bring in your family, your spouse, and then eventually apply for the blue card. So this again is a very good pathway For people who do not want to go directly but want to start here, also the visa processes becomes very easy, because once they come to Dubai, the visa is simple anyway. And we do the transfer for them as a continuing student, not as a new student to Germany. So this, I believe, is something, again, very unique that we are offering to the students.
Mhm. Interesting. And I'm sure it is well noted by some of our audience who has plans to move on and uproot for work reasons to Germany, and I think they have got some idea about what could be their pathway to move on. I'm taking up this conversation further, Megha, and if you can help the MBA aspirants who are there with us, what is the eligibility criteria and the application process?
Sure. So the requirement for the MBA program is that we want the students to have completed their bachelor's degree. It doesn't really matter in which field. We have a few formats of MBA. We have the 1 year, 1 year generic MBA, and a 1.5 year specialization MBA. So we just require students to have the bachelor's degree, a minimum GPA of 2.7. And we need students to have at least 1 year of work experience. Now, that 1 year of work experience could be in any field, but it's necessary that it's after the completion of their bachelor's degree. We have other programs where we do not require experience, but for the MBA, it's very essential, because they're going to be learning a lot of, working with the industry professionals. And yeah, so we require that 1 year of experience. As far as English requirement is concerned, and again, just to remind, everything is taught 100% in English in Dubai as well as in Germany. So there's no worry to really learn German. But of course, you can always learn it to integrate with the society and the people. The English requirements, we do not have a very high requirement. It's only IELTS 5.5 or similar. And as you can see, we accept all of these different English proficiency tests, including Duolingo. But if someone has studied their entire life in English, if they're from an English university, like in India or even in UAE, most universities are English, we'll need a letter from your school or university, and we'll be able to do a very quick free test, internal test, and accept students as well. So as you can see, entry requirements are very, very, not that stringent.
Yeah, it's quite relaxing to see this, to hear you out, because the first and foremost statement which reflects in anyone's common mind is, if it's a German education, is there a requirement to know the language? And then comes the English language. But I'm glad to see that there is a lot of relaxation, and especially if it is the mode of instruction is in English. A letter coming from the signing authority can also suffice. Great. This is quite motivational, I must say, Megha, because once an individual see oneself eligible to apply, I think that's the step one, to look forward and understand what kind of I'm sure we can cover up the visa documents and requirements, a secondary discussion. But someone who wants to apply now wants to know about the fee structure and if there is any scholarship they can enjoy. So most important slide, and I see some of them have joined us late. So for the benefits of those who joined this session late than we started, we are going to share the copy of this video with all of you. So whatever you have missed in the press slide will be available for your reference. Over to you, Megha, to talk about the fee structure details.
Absolutely. So as you can see, we have our tuition fees is not very high. Again, as Germany wants to offer high quality education to everybody and does not believe that education or studies is a commodity, that's one of the reasons why the fees is extremely affordable, I would say, and at the same time getting the best quality of education. So the fee structure for Dubai and Germany or all the campuses exactly the same, just because we are absolutely new and we're just starting out. For the first year, in fact, also for 2024, we are offering a 15% scholarship to absolutely everyone for our programs. And as you can see, it's only 50,000 dirhams or 12,500 euros for the entire 1 year MBA. And for the 1.5 year MBA, it's 66,045 or 16,511 euros. I believe the MBA 1 year is around 11 lakhs in Indian rupees, if I'm not wrong. So, it's extremely affordable. We do offer some additional discounts for students who want to pay in advance, but otherwise they can pay every semester. And I just want to also mention that students who start in Dubai, they will be able to do the 1 year in Dubai, and the specialization semester they can go to Germany. So that's how we have planned the entire program.
Wow. Thank you, because as I said, this is the most important slide, and at the same time, I must say it's quite a competitive fee, which can be definitely planned out. And with this, I may have missed, Megha, but just to cover up the point, this entire fee has to be paid at one shot, or is it payable in some EMI pattern or installments?
So we require students to just pay a deposit while registering for the program, which is just 3,000 euros or 12,000 dirhams. And the rest of the fees is paid in each semester. So we offer complete flexibility to the students. So for example, if it's a 1 year program, they pay in 3 installments. If for a 1.5 year programs, it's 4 installments. So each semester plus the initial deposit that was paid.
Okay, brilliant. Great. I'm glad we spoke today on all these facts and supporting information. I am moving on to the Q&A session, and allow me to stop sharing the screen. And to the lovely audience who is out there, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself. Happy to see your faces if you're comfortable. And if there is a technical challenge, try to put your question in the chat box, and me and Megha would like to take your questions right here. Any questions from the audience, please?
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask that what are the internship opportunities that are available after doing MBA? Or like during the course, what are the internship opportunities that are there?
So currently, like I mentioned, we are a member of something called AHK. And to be honest with you, like some of them already started reaching out for interns, and we're like, wait, we haven't started yet. And we are bringing some of our German students in the German campuses to move to Dubai to do some of these internships. So I think there's definitely internships, but also full-time jobs that could be offered to students through our network. So we are going to immediately introduce you or share your CV to our, partners, the German companies based here. And so definitely a lot of opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Alicia. Can we have some more questions from the audience, please?
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I just want to understand, like, if we start in Dubai and we move to the German university, how would be the we'll get the degree from German university or from the Dubai university itself?
That's a very good question. And usually I always talk about this, but we didn't discuss it this time. So basically, we are a German university. The campus in Dubai is just an additional campus. So irrespective of whichever campus you study in, including the Dubai campus, you always get a German degree. There is something called German ECTS, which is the European Credit Transfer System. So you earn 60 ECTS for a 1 year program and 90 for a 1.5 year program, and so on. So it's always a European degree, the German degree, irrespective of where you study, irrespective of what duration you study in each campus, including Dubai and Germany. Does that answer your question?
Great.
Yes, thank you. Also, I wanted to understand, like, how competitive is the admission process?
So the admission process, I wouldn't say it's very competitive, but yeah, once you make an application, we take about a week. So we have a common admissions team for all the campuses. We take about a week to review all your documents. If you're from India, I believe there is also something called APS that is required, which is an authenticity attestation of your documents. That is a compulsory requirement for anybody studying in any German university in Germany or outside. But apart from that, I think everything is pretty straightforward. If you have the right GPA and the experience, you should be accepted.
Okay, thank
Welcome.
Great. So a lot of questions coming from coming related to the degree. That's a good sign that the audience is quite alert and attentive about where will they be graduating from and what are they going to carry forward in their CV for further career growth.
And just want to also add, Ankita, I'm sure this is a related topic actually. So students, whoever graduate do their masters from UE or Germany, they will be eligible to study further anywhere else in the world. So it's very much accepted in the US, the UK, if you want to do your PhD or for jobs, it's accepted globally in the UK as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. How about the internship, Megha? There are a couple of questions our counselors have encountered. Students, they're coming from other countries. They're not the residents of UAE, but when they come for an MBA program, I'm sure they're keen to kickstart making some kind of work in the form of internship. So do we get some sort of support?
Yes. So first of all, when the students come here, if they take a student visa, they immediately become a UAE resident and they're allowed to work 20 hours a week, which is what students are allowed in the UAE. And yes, we can definitely help them out and we will help them out. Like I mentioned, we have more internships than students right now. So yes, we will be able to help them out. And let's say if they get a full-time job while they are studying, they can always change their student visa to a work visa and continue to study. So it's very, very easy and flexible. And as far as internships is concerned, we will be providing full support.
Beautiful. Okay, interesting. If there's any other question, guys, if you want to put some questions in the chat box, I can even read from there for Megha to address. And while you think more about it, Megha, I really missed out one point, and I think that's quite important again for students who are not in UAE at the moment and are planning to apply and be here. What kind of resident support do they get?
Yes, so we have residence partners. We have around 5 different residence partners located at different areas in Dubai. So you have all kinds of price points, the expensive one, the affordable one, the one little bit outside the city. There are apartments just at Dubai World Trade Center as well. So it's just a walking distance. So we have these accommodation partners offering a special student pricing to our students that they can choose from. And most students coming from outside the UAE, we suggest that they take one of these options because then the whole bills are covered, like internet and everything is all included. So it's much easier. Students usually always take up this option and later they move out to apartments once they are like more settled with job. But yes, so we have that available for them.
Brilliant. Okay, great, Megha, and I'm glad we are very much within the timelines. Is there any last words from your side before we end up this conversation to the aspirants for your upcoming intake? Would you like to give them some wise advice coming from a person like you who's handling the entire admissions standalone, leading the entire army of admissions process?
Absolutely. It was absolutely a pleasure being here. Some amazing questions. So I just want to say that students, I think this is a very good opportunity for not just studies, but also like a future settlement. You can start your studies, get some great experience in Dubai. So when you move to Germany, you can show that you have international experience, very much valued in Germany, and then actually settle down in Germany. So it's a very good pathway. And we are going to be having an open day very soon, which is going to be an online open day, and I will share the details with Ankita to share with you. Please join the open days where you can meet with our professors and some students as well, and get to know more about the university and our campus and all the details. So that's all from me. And yeah, really pleasure to be here.
Brilliant. I'm glad that when I declared that we are about to end the conversation, suddenly a question popped up on the chat window. So let me bring a question here to you. Are there events or conferences where students can connect with potential employers?
Absolutely. In fact, that's again a very good question. I was in Germany 2 weeks ago, and I had the opportunity to attend the career fair of the Berlin campus with more than 56 employers, all top companies in the world. And in Hamburg, there were like maybe around 30 employers interacting directly with the students. And this happens twice a year in Germany, and we plan to continue to do that in Dubai as well. Maybe we'll do more of these events. So these are events where students interact directly with the employers, and they get spot internships, spot job offers, very much like a campus placement that happens in India as well. So yes, that is something that I actually witnessed firsthand, and something I've not really seen a lot in international universities. But that was very, very impressive and very, very helpful for the students to get a job even before they graduate.
Oh, good. Andy, I guess, has joined us late, but this is my speculation completely. Andy is asking, when is the open day? Though you did mention you're going to share the details, but is it somewhere in the near future, like within this
So
week?
we have an open day, I think, on 25th, and another one in December. I don't remember the exact date, but I will share that with Ankita. So we have open day almost every month. So I need to check, but I think we have one next week and another one in December, and I'll share the details and the link to register by tomorrow.
Brilliant. So, Andy, you can get in touch with the recruitment team of Generation Alpha Education Services. We will be floating out the open day invite as well on behalf of University of Europe, so that it becomes the information is there at your phone chats, and you can immediately join these. These are going to be online open day, if I'm right, Megha, right? And it can actually, the audience can connect from whichever location they are positioned right now.
Yes.
And we will share the details. Yes, brilliant. Great.
And of
Thank
course,
you,
if
Andy.
anyone yes, I just want to say, if anyone is based in UAE, you're very much welcome to visit us during the weekdays. We'll be happy to show you the campus and meet you as well.
Brilliant. Okay, right. I'm glad this was quite an interactive session, and I hope people who have joined us today do get benefited. Look out for your MBA aspirations in a more defined format. Now that you know, now you have a face whom to connect with for your German degree, for your master's program. Please feel free to reach out Generation Alpha. You have all our information mentioned out in the chat box. You will get it from us. One of our team members will be contacting you within today, tomorrow, to share with you the recording of this video. And we are very hopeful to assist each one of you to take a start to apply for your admission process. Let us see how far we proceed, and we touch the finish line. And if this is a degree meant for your greater success, we wish you all the very best. And thank you so much, Megha, for joining us this evening. And you were super elaborative and very supportive in terms of guiding each one of us. We're very grateful to have you today.
Thank you very much, Ankita. Thank you, everyone. It was absolute pleasure to be here.
All right. On this note, have a great evening, everyone. God bless you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.